Hello everyone, welcome to Lever Guns 50. Today we're taking this 1886 Winchester. It's in 5110 caliber, and we're going to shoot these big old, these right here are your, hopefully it'll focus on that, 5110 cartridges. Maybe it'll focus. Anyhow, this is your 5110 cartridges. Now it's loaded with a 425 grain jacketed soft nose bullet, but the jacket on this is .50 thick. So this right here is a really thick jacket. We're going to shoot it into some boards. We're going to shoot it into some water jugs and see how well this bullet holds up and if it'll expand and how much velocity we can get. Hopefully we'll get around 2,400 feet a second, and hopefully that will cause them to expand and to really do a good job. So let's get to shooting and see what we come up with. Here's a good look at that 1886 Winchester. Now this is a new gun made of modern steel, and it's yeah, it's up for the challenge. So let's get started and see what happens. All right, we're going to shoot this bullet across the chronograph into those boards and see what happens. Hopefully the bullet will go far, expand well, and have good velocity. We're hoping around 2,400 feet a second. So it's 2436. So that's pretty decent velocity for a 425 grain bullet. Let's get up here and look at what we did. Start with, some of these boards fell off, like 3 of them. As you can see, as that bullet started in there, it was relatively small, got bigger here. I mean, you can actually poke your finger through that hole. And then it started blowing them all to pieces. So look at the size of that hole. These right here are busted. I mean, you can literally just falling apart. So we have 3 boards down there, so that makes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it looks like it went through 16 boards. 15 anyhow. Here's the bullet right here. That bullet has expanded out big. Look at that. Look at that bullet. Look at the bullet. It's hot too. So we'll get a measurement on that, weigh it. I'm gonna get set up and shoot the water jugs and see what happens. Well, it put a lot of mist up everywhere. Not sure, it doesn't look like it went through very many jugs. Not sure what happened here. So we got one jug. One jug. Two jugs. Not sure what even happened to there. Maybe I hit too low or something. Let's say we had 5 jugs. So there's only 2 jugs gone. No, we had 6 jugs, that's right. We had 6 jugs. So we got one there, one over there, and so that makes 3. So where's the bullet? Could the bullet possibly stopped in the 3rd jug? Hot dog, I don't know. Oh, here's the bullet right here. It obviously stopped in the 3rd jug. So much for, must not be made to go that fast. Look at that. Bullet stopped in the 3rd jug, and that's all that's left of it. Thing is huge. You know what? I'm gonna shoot one more just to see if that was a fluke. Here is the lead core. That right there is huge. That is huge right there. We'll get a measurement on that and see how big it expanded out. Another one of these bullets and see if it expands the same. Or maybe it'll expand different. I would have thought that it would have held together a little bit better and maybe not expanded quite that big. Tell you one thing, that sure makes a lot of mist. I have no idea what happened there. Let's go check it out and see what happened. One, two, all the milk jugs are blowed up this time. This has no dent or hole. Let's check that one out. No dent or hole. I'm looking around to see if I see any huge bullets. That literally blew those jugs to pieces. I hope it didn't like stay in that jug and then get bounced out somewhere. Here's the bullet. I think this is it right here. And who knows where the lead core is, but the bullet expanded out the same. Here's the lead core right here. So we found both of them. To me, it expanded the same. Which it basically turned into a wafer. So we'll see how big these expanded out to. Gonna shoot across the chronograph into that water. Now we had some cloth in the water to make it a little bit softer and more like flesh because it'll have a lot of fiber in it. I'll back up from that chronograph a little bit. Okay, 2,439 FPS. That's our velocity. I just want to double check it. 2,439. Let's check out what we did over here. So that one totally blew to pieces. Might have caught it in that one. See what happened here. We got obviously rags on the ground. It stopped in this one. It's got a dent in it. So it may have overexpanded. I mean, I feel like that it overexpanded. Let's see if we can get it out and see what it looks like. But remember when we did this with the hawk, not the hawk bullet, but the woodlay bullet, it stopped overexpanding so bad. Maybe it fell out the bottom. It didn't come all the way through it. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, there it is right there. Hey, this time it did stay together. It stuck in there real good in that cloth. This time it did stay together. Looks like that cloth helped out a little bit, but it still didn't have a lot of penetration. We're gonna weigh it and measure it and see what we got. All right, let's check out that bullet, see how much it weighs. .416.9. Let's see how big it expanded out. Looks like it expanded to 1 inch. Well, actually, if you think about it, it's 135 caliber. So 135 caliber and 117 grains. That's pretty good. Let's see what this one that went through the wood did. So it weighs 365 or 66 grains. This thing, go to the widest. So right just a little bit under an inch. That direction, this direction, about 75 caliber. Okay, let's see how much the first one weighs. Now this is the one that first one we shot through the water. Remember, it was a 425 grain bullet, 418, that's not bad. Although it did have jacket separation. And it's the second one. Now it should have been going a little bit faster. But as you can see, they both lost their jacket. Let's see how big they expanded out to. Yeah, so it's just a little over 162 caliber. This other one, let's see, it looks like it's going to be a little under 160 caliber, but they're both over 1.5 inches. So yeah, it's just under 160 caliber, looks like, just barely under. So anyhow, they both expanded out over 1.5 inches. They only went through, they stopped in the third jug. And so that's what they'll do at that kind of velocity. Obviously at longer ranges, they're gonna do better. So what do I think? Well, actually I'm disappointed because the bullets, in my opinion, overexpanded. And but you know, they're probably not meant to go at that velocity. But they expanded out to, you know, over 1.5 inches. I mean, I'd hate to have that big of a hole going through me. I mean, that wouldn't be any good. That would definitely open you up. Now, I'll bet you one thing. If a lion or tiger was charging you, You shot it with that, I bet it would stop in its tracks and maybe even do some flips backwards. You know, 2,400 feet a second with a 425 grain bullet is nothing to sneeze at. But there you have it with that video. That's what we got with that one. And we're probably going to load up that 600 grainer and see how fast we can get it up to. I know we got it up to a little over 1,900 feet a second. We had room for improvement on that velocity, so we're going to do that probably next, or we might do the 45-90 with the 700 grain bullet. But we're going to get you some more videos out there. Y'all stay tuned, and thanks for watching. God bless each and every one of you. Come back and see us, you hear?